Everybody, how are you? How was your July 4th weekend? Ours was uneventful. Uneventful. I'm still dealing with this ankle injury, and actually, had the stitches taken out on Thursday, and reopened it on Friday just walking. So I ended up having to incapacitate myself over the weekend, which was absolutely terrible. I am not somebody that can sit still anymore. That's very obvious to everybody around me. And making me sit on the couch and try to watch TV for hours on end uh, drives me insane. I couldn't watch a movie. I couldn't watch the news. I couldn't watch a TV show. Um, I was having a hard time with it, and but the more I walked around, the more my ankle got worse, and or my heel got worse. So it was not a good move, and I was increasingly hurting myself, which made me think, the disconnect, like when there's no pain, like so in this situation, there's really no pain. I can feel it once in a while, but with the absence of pain, um, you really don't like it. You're not aware of it, and you continue to hurt yourself when you don't have any pain. And there's probably a big relationship there that you can go on, emotionally also. If you don't have pain to teach you what's wrong, then you keep doing bad things to yourself or letting bad things happen to you, um, to your detriment, like like if I honestly, if I weren't paying attention, if I didn't have other people paying attention to this, I might be walking around on a bloody stump if there weren't any, if there's no pain. So, I think that as you go through that, as you look around at like what causes you pain, we get resentful because we're experiencing pain, but a lot of times, it's there for a reason. It's to let hey, this is hard, this is wrong, this is, whatever it might be telling you. So, that's my thing. Is that I'm looking at this going, it doesn't hurt. I know there's something wrong there, and I know I really can't let it get worse. But it doesn't hurt, so I still feel like I can walk around. And then by the time it starts hurting, it's too late. So it's a weird experience. Good morning, Sheila. Thanks for joining me. Actually working on my goals for my next journal at this very moment. Yeah, I'm starting my new one today too. I haven't looked at it yet because my sleep schedule is all kinds of off. I think my lack of activity is also screwing up my ability to like my energy burn or whatever. So I'm not getting tired early enough, and I'm just finding myself awake, wide awake after midnight, and and then my mornings are all messed up. So today was not a good morning for me, but we're off and running. I'm gonna have a ton of things to do today. I have to call a podiatrist. Have to have a specialist look at this thing. But I also have to. Our air conditioner is struggling to keep up, so I have to have somebody look at our air conditioner. It's supposed to be in almost 100 degrees here this week, and it being 95 this weekend, my air conditioner has it up like it's over 80 degrees in this house all day yesterday. So I have to make that phone call. Something else I have to do too. See, I got to write this stuff down. I wish I had a place to do that. But yeah, so we're doing all that stuff. And then I'm using my wife's mug today. Don't stress, do your best. It's kind of my it seemed appropriate for me today. Like I can't stress out about everything I can't do. I can only do what I can, and I have to do it laying in the prone position for a lot of my next couple of days, I think. So, um, good morning, Angel. Started my new journal this morning. Green this time. Nice, nice. I don't know what I'm gonna go with today. I've been using blue. I might still maintain blue or red. Those are the colors I always go to. Let's see what's going on here. Cool. So how was everybody's 4th of July? What did you guys do over the weekend? Was it different? My uncle has a gigantic 4th of July party uh, for on the 4th. And we usually have a golf outing the day before, and it was the only time I golfed last year. Here, let me pull this down in case you guys can't hear me while I forgot to do it. Let's see, I'm out of practice. He has a big golf outing, which we didn't do. Um, and then we have that big picnic that he does at his house. And he texted us a couple of weeks ago, hey, do you think you would come? And I answered no, just because I don't want to, I don't want to be around that group of people. And now in Allegheny County, you're not allowed to have people over. You're not allowed to have group events over 25, or they tell you to refrain from it, whatever. But we were planning on having like Lynn's sister over just to hang out on the 4th of July. But towards the end of last week, we started hearing from people that like their coworkers had it. Like other people, like 2 degrees of separation from us, started coming down with it. So we decided, maybe we just kind of do our thing by ourselves. So we haven't seen anybody over the weekend. Really haven't seen anybody like in person in a while. Some neighbors came over the evening of the 4th of July, and we sat in our front yard, socially distanced, on some lawn chairs, which was really nice. Actually, it was a nice ending to the evening. And I was really upset there were no fireworks like in our immediate vicinity. We could hear them, we just couldn't really see them. So I was a little bummed out by that, but for the most part, it was a nice weekend, and better that we didn't have anybody, because my little bit of walking around on the 4th, was probably a really bad idea. And then I had, me being optimistic, I had like 7 tons of dirt dropped off in the driveway on Friday, because I thought, well, my stitches are out, I can go to work, and that didn't happen. So I had to pay somebody. I'd put on a Facebook group, anybody wants a couple $100 and move some dirt. So some guy came yesterday, and my man moved all of it in like 3.5 hours. He did better than I could have done. But it's nice to get it done. I didn't want to have that much dirt sitting in my driveway forever. So now I have to put it on pause, put the yard work on pause, and rest up. Hopefully, I'm gonna contact a podiatrist, and I'm hoping he'll tell me, yeah, just let it go, don't move. I don't want to have to get it restitched. We'll see. Um, Debbie, here, let me get you guys on screen so other people can see you if they're on the YouTubes or something. So Angel starting her new journal, and so is Sheila. Good morning, Debbie. Every schedule, routine, and habit I have has been off kilter since the start of COVID. It changes today. Determination, effort, and time onward. Yeah, I agree. I think it's easier now because we're like COVID. While the new normal is kind of something that people have been saying, and may not be completely accurate. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Might not be completely accurate. It's sorry guys, just trying to adjust this light just a bit. Um, I think we are sort of getting used to the whole COVID situation. So, um, it's easier to fall into a better routine. It's hard if you're extroverted and you're highly social. I can imagine that would be more difficult for you. Um, so, those people are probably having a harder time no matter what right now. If you are still trying to social distance. And I know in Pennsylvania, like in June, we saw people a lot more often. We were, people inviting people over, not in large groups, but, we were hanging out in the backyard. We went over somebody else's house for dinner. Uh, but then as cases started to rise and warnings started to happen, we thought, what, we should back off. Um, but like I was really starting to maintain. I was getting my habits in a good groove through June. I was actually doing really well, and then when this ankle thing hit, I still did well. Like I broke it. When the ankle was still screwed up for a couple of days towards the end of the week, I sort of gave myself some time off. I still did my define my day, but my routines were off, obviously. But then I started doing really well last week, and then when this thing popped open again after getting the stitches out, I like it all fell apart. This whole weekend, it was a holiday from everything. I was so mad. I was so mad at myself, miserable. I was just so cranky on the 4th. I was so cranky. Um, and even yesterday, I wasn't as cranky. I was sort of resigned to that this was my reality right now. But now, like I'm waking up today and I need to get back on the ball before like the feeling of maintaining a habit starts breaking down. So, but yeah, it's my reality, and this goes to show the difference in me. I mean, it would be nothing for me to watch 4 hours of TV a day 5 years ago. I mean, just or not doing anything around the house or whatever. And I can't do it anymore. That's how like I can see that now when I'm put in these situations where I'm not allowed to do anything. Where my wife is like, "I will beat you if you do anything." Um, then I can see like the differences in my habits and routines, and I still think I have work to do. I'm not handling things perfectly. I still see there's a lot of room for improvement, but I never would even be here if it weren't for the effort that I'd made. And I still have a lot of room to grow. I also have to learn how to check out. I think better. Not that like I don't like. I need to work on just allowing myself to quit thinking about the things that I need to get done. Because it's sort of always top of mind for me. And I don't want that to be the case. And it's not like I don't enjoy my time off. It's just that when I can't do something, I think that's what it is. When I know that I've done my best and I can check out and stop, we have fun. We go swimming. We bike ride. We walk around the yard or the neighborhood. And I'm never thinking about work during that time, which is different from 5 years ago too, because then like work bled into everything. I was feeling so bad about not getting everything done, and right. So, but this new experience now, where I'm not allowed to do anything, when I have to adapt and check out, that's something that either I can't decide if I do need to fix it or what. I don't know. It's I guess just learning. I don't know. I haven't figured it all out yet. Um, Kathy says started a new journal today. Also, awesome. We're all sort of on the same schedule, aren't we? Star Shine Angel says, "Good morning, y'all. It's going to be a manic Monday. Lots of appointments today, and still over triggered by the fourth. I stayed home doing my healthy life journal. Very cool." Helen says, "Good morning. Good morning, Helen. T minus 1 week to go back to work using Define My Day journal to plan my week. Good for you, Brenda. Brenda, what kind of work do you do?" Good morning in the user group. Sis, our tiny town decided not to fly flags downtown this year. I was so bummed. The fireworks were good and the moon got in on it. That's very cool. Yeah, we didn't. There's a lot of all the communities around here didn't do it. Pittsburgh itself, the city, didn't do it. So we could watch it on TV if we wanted to, but it's never quite the same, right? Angel did nothing. Spent most of my weekend researching some things for a friend so I could explain why some conspiracy theory video she watched was a bunch of BS. Yeah. Confirmation bias is a dangerous thing. It's funny. Like, it's the conspiracy theory stuff. Like, people will believe anything that supports their narrative, especially if they get deeply ingrained into, a topic, which is really funny because we watched an episode, just trying to find anything to do this weekend. We watched an episode of Ancient Aliens, and like it's funny because they make it like so everything is evidence of previous visitors, right? And it actually might be. I'm not dismissing it because I don't. I am. We are one tiny planet in a gigantic universe. So who knows, right? But I was talking to my wife. I'm like, that's the one conspiracy theory that like maybe I could like if I watched all the episodes, maybe I could be like, yeah, I believe it, right? And I'll point to every little thing as evidence of that happening. I don't know, but yeah, there's people that I hear people like they'll mention one of the conspiracy theory videos that I've heard about, and as soon as they say it, I just like, oh, okay, here we go. Like, I mean, it's really not as hard. I don't think it's as hard as people make it out to be. Just stay home if you can, wear a mask, be safe, take care of yourself and your neighbors, and we'll get through this. Um, Debbie says it was very quiet, no outings, guests, or fireworks for us. I emptied my floor to ceiling pantry. Nice, purged and reorganized it. So I myself am in a kind of a prepping for a major shutdown mode again. So what I did was similar to you, Debbie. I went through all of the things we have. We bought an upright freezer in the spring to keep some extra meat. So I took stock of everything we have in the freezer and went out and did a major grocery shop. We loaded up on ribs and all sorts of things, chicken, pork chops, all the dry goods we might need. But I was really upset because we planned on making burgers and dogs on the 4th. My kid just wanted burgers, like good old fashioned American burger, right? And we pulled out the meat. I bought like 6 pounds of ground beef, and we pulled it out, and it was gray. So we checked the date, and it was sell by July 3rd. I guess I got it on sale. Um, and it went bad in that one day past the sell by date. So we tossed all that, which was really upsetting to me and my kid. Me financially, and my kid because he didn't get to eat his burgers. But we did make a ton of pulled pork a couple of weeks ago, and we froze it into little portions. So we ended up making pulled pork, just thawing out some pulled pork. And if you like pulled pork, we in a trip to Florida years ago. We stopped in South Carolina at a barbecue joint that got really good reviews on Yelp. And we got pulled pork and a bunch of other stuff. And my wife tried the pulled pork they had there and just fell in love with it. And there was this flavor that she couldn't quite get past. And she ended up pegging it as butter. And so the guy's like, oh, nobody's ever picked it out that quick before. And so, it was a nice, we had a nice chuckle over it. But so what we do now is we don't make the pulled pork with butter, but when we reheat it, we'll put butter in a frying pan and saute the pulled pork to reheat it in the butter. And what that does, it does two things. It gives it that little bit of a buttery flavor, but it also makes it crispy around the edges. So you get a little bit of extra crunch in a pulled pork sandwich. Oh my goodness, it is good, really good. So if you're not watching your cholesterol and you like pulled pork, try heating up or reheating your pulled pork in a pan with some butter. Oh my God, it's so good. But yeah, so we cleaned out our freezer and filled it back up again. Good morning, Christine. Good to see you. Brenda, you're in product development. I've been furloughed for May and June. 65 of 550 who were furloughed didn't get to come back to work. Don't get to come back to work. Uh, yeah, and hopefully, I know they're talking about the unemployment running out, but hopefully they'll take care of the people that don't get to go back to work because unemployment's still at 12%. And with things getting worse and restaurants being locked down again, yeah, we'll see. Ancient Alien sounds a lot more credible. You might be right. You might be right. I'm doing the same with both the freezers and my cleaning products. Yeah, yeah, and so that's like we've been like just slowly bringing in cleaning products just to stock up just a bit, just to make sure we have what we need. But I did I grabbed a couple, I grabbed one big Sam's Club thing of toilet paper and paper towels and napkins and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, just doing what I can, like looking forward, thinking, look, everything's increasing right now. Cases are increasing. Hospitals haven't really, aside from Texas. So, just anticipating that it might get worse. Just looking forward and trying to take care of what I need to take care of. And just trying to make sure we're in the right place, for ourselves. Mm. Yeah, yeah, Brenda, it's really good, really good. One of the things I found over this weekend, I was really bummed because I Sam's Club has brisket for under $3 a pound, and I missed it last time I was out there a couple of weeks ago, and I went as soon as I could. I think it was like Thursday or Friday morning, and as soon as they opened, and they didn't have it there either. They had the sign up, didn't have any left. I'm like, oh. So I asked the guy. He's like, yeah, we just got it in. I got to take it out of the box. So I waited. I stood there for like 15 minutes waiting for them to pull out the brisket. So we have a 20-pound brisket in the fridge right now that I'm gonna have to put on the smoker someday this week. And that sucker at 20 pounds is probably gonna take a while. So looking forward to doing that. And then we'll do the same thing we did with the pulled pork. We'll portion it out, um, and I'll just cut like dinner sizes for us, and it'll probably last us a week. I mean, we'll have a week's worth of dinners with that. But I'll also section some off and do burnt ends and do a burnt end chili. So it probably won't last us till fall. So I probably either have to use the burnt ends to make sandwiches beforehand, because fall's still kind of far away. It's still, we probably won't make chili probably, now that I'm thinking about it, till October. So I'll probably do another brisket maybe September and use the burnt ends for the chili in October. So yeah, so we'll probably make burnt end sandwiches, which are also very good. It's basically just like almost like a lobster roll, but instead you make it with burnt ends and like just chunks of burnt ends and barbecue sauce. So good, so good. All right, so let's do our one thing that centers you. I'm gonna open up to a random page. It says, "I am a slow walker, but I never walk back." Ooh, that's Abraham Lincoln. All right, so small steps, big results, right? That's what we're talking about here. How I walked today. So again, the prompt is, "I am a slow walker," or the quote is, "I am a slow walker, but I never walk back," by Abraham Lincoln. So you can like, this is like the tortoise and the hare, right? You just keep walking, keep taking steps forward every day. I'm taking slower steps than I want right now, but I'm still doing my meditation. I'm still doing some of my healthy habits, and I'm still keeping my mind on the things I need to accomplish. I might not be making the leaps or the strides that I want, but I'm still walking forward, right? So the prompt is how I walked today. So think about how you walked today. No matter where you are in our process, how did you walk forward? What steps did you take? It might be cleaning out your pantry. It might be taking care of your health. It might be doing a project at work, whatever that might be. How did you walk today? So today, me walking actually is going to be me filling out my new journal. It's going to be making all the phone calls, tying up the loose ends from things that happened over the weekend. It's making plans, reviewing some emails that I have to, like strategic moves we're making in the company to move forward. So just keeping myself healthy is sort of my slow walk forward. But as I'm starting this new planner, I have to realize that the pace I was keeping for the past planner, I'm not going to be able to do it. It's going to have to be a slower. So I'm going to have to give myself more time, at least in this first week. I'll have to give myself more time, at least in this first week, so I can heal, because I'm not going to be able to do the things I want to do. What I can also do, as I'm thinking about it now, is shift more of my desk work or some things I can do on the couch. So I take my laptop and sit on the couch and maybe handle some of the things I need to do there. I can't do some of the active things I want to do. One of the things I'm not going to be able to do is stand in front of the whiteboard and do one of the videos this week. I couldn't do it over the weekend, and as soon as I can, I will. But I probably shouldn't be standing on my foot that long, so I probably won't have any videos coming out, at least not instructional videos this week. Maybe we'll do a little check-in the morning, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's how I'm handling. I'm realizing that I need to adjust, and I'm going to have to do what I can to adjust in the morning. So yeah, or adjust in the first week here. Cool. All right, everybody. I am gonna get on with the day. It's a little bit after 10:30. Oh, no, it's not. It's 10:25. But I'm gonna get on with a couple of these phone calls I'm gonna make. I gotta call the doctor's office and make sure that I'm properly taking care of myself. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy. Hope you had a great Fourth. If you have any questions, please, as always, fire a message in the comments here. Shoot us a message on Facebook. Shoot us an email. There's a help icon in the right-hand corner of our website. You can click on that and reach us. Either I or Luann will respond back to you there. But stay happy and healthy and keep moving forward. And I will talk to you very soon. Take care.